We already know from observations of brown dwarfs that they have clouds in the atmosphere. Now we know that they also show auroras. It is yet more reason to consider brown dwarfs as scaled up versions of planets rather than scaled down versions of stars. Fantastic. What better way to deal with a broken heart than a story on brown dwarfs?
This is a Thor News presentation.
Thor News presents.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome to Asteroid Challenge Fight Club. I'm your host, Thor.
Where are my brown dwarfs?
I'm talking about certain astronomical phenomena.
This is a tough problem.
All right, let me get you up to date if I can.
I love brown dwarfs. You might be saying to yourself, what exactly is a brown dwarf? Well, it's like a Jupiter that got really excited. Wait, that may be oversimplified. A brown dwarf is like a Jupiter that starts to go through puberty. There you go, that's perfect. Professional science likes to call brown dwarfs failed stars, but we know that names, words, and naming things isn't exactly their strong point. So buckle up, Betty, we're going for a ride. Aurora found around brown dwarf beyond our solar system. See, I told you the story was going to be awesome. By Rebecca Morel, a science correspondent for the BBC. It happened today, 8 hours ago, July 30th. 2015. Also, this is great because I've been wanting to cover a story for about a year about how they've been covering the weather on brown dwarf Laman 16b J, and I just never got around to it. But it's neat that we have the capability to see Aurora on brown dwarfs across the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? They totally tell us about all their technological capabilities. Am I right? You know, yeah, okay. Am I wrong in my sarcasm? An aurora has been spotted outside our solar system for the first time, comma. Scientists report the brown dwarf's aurora is red and up to 1 million times brighter than the Earth's northern lights. Well, that's fascinating. An international team detected the light display around a brown dwarf about 18 light years away in the Lyra constellation. That's weird. The girl I was just dating, I'm pretty sure she was a Lyra. Wait, no, I did that wrong. They say the luminous glow, which I gave to the girl I was dating several times. They say that the luminous glow looks like the northern lights, but is up to 1 million times brighter and more red than green in color. Really, green? So brown dwarf is like the Christmas planet? That's neat. If we found a brown dwarf in our solar system, would we call it a brown dwarf, or would we call it a dwarf brown dwarf? Holy crap, the word dwarf is in brown dwarf. I just realized that. They put it on the back end, which threw me off. It was like Clark Kent with glasses. They put dwarf on everything, man. You know, science likes to date everything. That thing is 137 million years old, and it's dwarf sprite. Alright, I don't want to get too far off topic here. They say the luminous glow looks like the northern lights, but is up to 1 million times brighter and more red and green than color. Now what's fascinating is because when scientists report a lot of the times, they just say a lot of stuff. So instead of like showing us the pictures of the aurora on the brown dwarf, they just say, we saw an aurora on a brown dwarf. And then they have an artist be like, okay, I'll draw it up. And they usually have it drawn up before they announce it. And they're like, hey, this is what it would look like if you saw it. But don't ask for the photographs, or hackers will descend upon you. And then worse. The findings are reported in the journal Nature. That's a weird sentence. The journal Nature? I didn't know journals had a nature. I guess it's to have writing in it. Can you have writing? Okay. But I don't think having writing in you is a nature. Yes, it is. I take that back. Dr. Stuart Littlefair. That's cute. Dr. Stuart Littlefair. Dr. Stuart Littlefair. An astronomer from the University of Sheffield, said, this is the first time that we have confirmed we are seeing auroras on brown dwarfs. Which is also a weird sentence, man. See why I love brown dwarfs so much? It's the first time that we have confirmed seeing auroras on brown dwarfs. Because they didn't tell us that they confirmed it. Science would be way cooler if they reported on stuff when they first saw it. So even if they were wrong, You know, they'd be like, oh crap, we saw lightning on a brown dwarf. And then, you know, when they checked it out, they didn't see lightning. It was like an anomaly in the pixels. And they'd be like, sorry, we have to correct that. We didn't, you know. Hey, we found alien life. And then they'd have to report back, no, we didn't. It was pixelated pixels of pixie dust. Not aliens. Definitely not aliens. And then they'd bring in Neil Tyson deGrasse. And then they'd bring in Neil deGrasse Tyson to say, not aliens. And then they bring in Bill Nye to say, not aliens. And you're a dumbass. Not alien denier. Charged interaction. See? You know, life was much simpler before, like, I don't know, before we start chasing around true love and end up heartbroken like a failed star. It just seems that way. I mean, the failed stars be like, hey, I wish I was a real star. The stars and planets have feelings. I have feelings. But not right now. That is not conducive to happy viewers. So go. Shimmering auroras are some of the Earth's most dazzling displays. Its luminous glow can also appear in all the planets around our solar system. They are caused when charged particles from the sun interact with the atmosphere. But the illuminated brown dwarf, an object which is too small to have become a star, but too massive to be a planet, lies out in the galaxy. But the illuminated brown dwarf, an object which is too small to have become a star, but too massive to be a planet, lies further out in the galaxy, called LSR J1835. Let's add those numbers up. 9, 12, 17, which makes 8. I like 17 and 8. Okay, great. It's a cool brown dwarf, man, called LSR J1835. It was observed using the Very Large Array radio telescope and the Hale and Keck optical telescopes. I knew they were Horde, and I am Alliance. We should just get along, really. Scientists watched the object as it rapidly rotated. Really, I would love to watch a brown dwarf rapidly rotate. If you guys don't mind releasing that video footage of a brown dwarf rapidly rotating with some magical glowing 100 million times more than our Earth's own Aurora, that would be great. You know, I would do a dance and then tell everybody, hey guys, NASA is so cool. They just released video footage, actual video footage of a brown dwarf spinning around with Aurora. Maybe lightning. Maybe I made that up. Not that I made that up. I just took a guess. It could be wrong. We don't know. Because all we have to go by is what people say. When words may be worth 1,000 pictures, but wait, what? Yeah, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Exactly. So scientists are saying, and they gotta say a lot. Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. All we get is words. Man, that plane is flying low. They must be mad. The scientist watched the object as it rapidly rotated and observed how the light varied. The brightness changes are consistent with what you would expect from auroras, said Dr. Littlefair. I wonder if he's like the little finger of astronomers. Interesting. Wait, then shouldn't that be the main determiner of whether it's a planet or not? Does it have aurora? If so, then you are a planet. Like Ceres doesn't have an aurora, I don't think. But I would guess Pluto does. Maybe. We already know from observations of brown dwarfs that they have clouds in the atmosphere. Now we know that they also show auroras. It is yet more reason to consider brown dwarfs as scaled up versions of planets rather than scaled down versions of stars. We've just totally changed the way we think about stars, planets, and brown dwarfs. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some hot happening science here on Thor News today. Let's hope I live through it. Man, because science and women can break your heart and cut your throat. You know what I'm saying? It's not usually the women that do the throat cutting. It's some other guy that was involved with them that you didn't know about. Well, could have at least warned me that, you know what I'm saying? There were other players in this game, and some are psycho. What is it? Anyway, failed stars and failed relationships. They go through phases of failing, I guess. I don't know. Is Jupiter getting bigger? Well, this has been another fun adventure about brown dwarfs. Dancing about architecture and brown dwarfs. And with the whole time, not even mentioned Amy Mainzer. That is how heartbroken I am. Women. Alas, c'est la vie. God bless everyone. Talk at you soon.
It's time for the funky chicken dance. Lumen 1-6. It's got a planet and an atmosphere. I'm confused by this video.
Alright, I've rambled on far too long because I love this subject. So, what's going to have to happen is this. We're going to have part 2. So put in the to be continued music right about now.
So stay tuned, because who knows what we might find.